I've often wondered why we read the story of the Akeidah, the binding of Isaac, on Rosh Hashanah. The story is terrifying, fascinating, disturbing, and raises so many questions. Hasn't Abraham proven his devotion to God already? Why would God demand such a sacrifice? Why does Isaac go along with it? Where was Sarah, and what did she have to say about it? On the surface, the story is a simple one. God tested Abraham. God tells Abraham to take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and offer him up as a sacrifice to God. Abraham prepares to do so, is stopped by an angel, finds a ram caught in the thicket, and offers it up instead. He passed the test and is declared a God-fearing man because Abraham did not hold back his son from God. In a test between reverence for God and love for his son, reverence for God wins out. Rabbi Barry Kogan teaches that the Akeidah, quote, tests not only the central characters, but readers as well. The story implicitly asks us how we would react in the same situation, end quote. So why did God test Abraham? Was testing Abraham necessary because God really didn't know the outcome? Or perhaps God was concerned that Abraham needed to know how he would react. Why does God ask Abraham to break the very command God gave to Noah, not to shed blood? Why does Abraham, who argues with God on behalf of the questionably righteous people of Sodom, not argue on behalf of his own son? Would Abraham not have expressed his pain and love for Isaac at least as much as he did when God told him to send away his other son Ishmael? Abraham's behavior seems so out of character. What if the lesson of the Akeidah isn't about Abraham being willing to sacrifice his son? What if, instead, Abraham's test was one of faith in a God who sanctifies life, trust in a God who would not demand such a sacrifice? After all, Abraham did tell his servant lads, "You stay here, the boy and I will go up. We will worship and we will return." If this is true, then Abraham is no longer a passive player in the story. For me, this is the only explanation in which Abraham's silence makes sense. Just as God is testing Abraham, so too is Abraham testing God. Did God pass?